It's that time of year when people are thinking about and drinking eggnog, and eggnog, of course, is a holiday staple. And I was at the liquor store the other day buying stuff for the show, and I saw a whole wall full of alcoholic eggnogs that I don't think I've talked about on the show. I know I've done a couple of eggnog reviews on the show, but the last one we did definitely was mostly non-alcoholic eggnogs. This one's gonna be all alcoholic eggnogs, and if there's any that I missed, I bet they're in the last one, so we're gonna link to that too. There's also a couple bottles of Coquito coming up in this one, because I feel like they're close enough, right? Like, they're close enough. Don't be offended, they're close enough. we can consider Coquito in the realm of a nog for sure. I think eggnog can be pretty simple to make. I've got another episode coming out about making eggnog. I've made eggnog on the show many times. I know a lot of people get into this idea of like beating eggs and making them stiff and putting this in a bowl and folding that in and then aging it for 6 months. And I think historically, there's not really a lot of evidence to support that that's how eggnog was made in, you know, the latter part of the 1800s, the heyday of eggnog. But even if it's true, if that daunting task prevents you from enjoying a fresh eggnog, then I would suggest you try eggnog another way. One of the many ways in which you can make it one drink at a time in a shaker. But we'll talk about that in another episode because I really want to unpack that and explore it. It won't fit into this episode. This is about the commercially available alcoholic eggnogs that I saw the other day. I saw them and I said, somebody should do the work of drinking all of those, because surely 9 out of 10 are garbage, so that other people don't have to. So if you're thinking about grabbing a bottle of eggnog or whatever for a holiday party that you're on the way to, or that you're throwing, or that you just want to have it, this is the episode for you. And if you want to see me drink things I hate, this is the episode for you. Let's start with this thing that I saw in the checkout line, the Buzzballz Chillers Egg Nog. This looks fucking disgusting. My only complaint about this Buzzballz, this should have been an ornament. I should be able to hang this on my tree. It should have the little loop for it. I should be able to make a Buzzballz tree. You could put that into your social media. This is what I get the big bucks for. Call me, we'll do business. Here we go, whatever the hell this crap is. I mean, this very fine product and future sponsor. Buzzballz Chiller. Oh, it's women owned, that's nice. Oh, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. It is so sweet. It's super sweet. It tastes boozy. I don't know how boozy it really is, but it tastes boozy. And it tastes like the Wawa brand or 7-Eleven brand convenience store eggnog of my youth. So if that's what you're looking for, honestly, this is weirdly on the money. If you hate sulfites, though, it's not the product for you, because apparently it contains those. 15% ABV, it's eggnog. That's really weird. Buzzballz Chillers Eggnog, other than standard orange wine with natural flavors. I don't know what that means. Better than you would think. Okay, no, not good. It has a weird aftertaste that comes around on it sometimes. I don't love that. Very fumey. Very, fumey. I don't know what it's like, solventy. It is not nice, hospital-ish. And this episode is just gonna make me more and more congested as I film it. As we go, Greg's voice is gonna get less as I eggnog up in my apparatus. What is eggnog? Eggnog, oh my God. Eggnog is a traditional drink that uses a whole egg, usually some milk or cream, and some high-proof spirits, and it's Christmassy. I mean, honestly, that is my definition of eggnog. If you shake it up, if you blend it, if you whip it, whatever, it's all still nog. I would like you to have some sweeteners in there, maybe even a sweet modifier of some kind of liqueur, and Bob's your uncle. You got some eggnog. If it tastes like Christmas and it's made out of eggs, I'm calling it eggnog. A little confusion, and we'll talk about this more in another episode, that eggnog should be served hot. That's not really true. Traditionally, that's Tom and Jerry, which optically, aesthetically looks a hell of a lot like eggnog, but is actually kind of close to pancake batter. Since I've made eggnog on the show so many times over the years, even I kind of lose track of how I made them in episodes past, or variations that I've done, or exactly what my recipe was for it, because, I only make eggnog like once a year. And I understand that some of you are using the show as your own personal cocktail guide, and that frankly, YouTube is a terrible platform for that. So what I built was the How to Drink app. And this is a web app. It's at htdapp.com. You get access to it by being a member of my Patreon. This entire show is made possible through the efforts of patrons just like you. So if you want access to the app, if you want to be able to find any drink I've ever made, either by referencing ingredients or the name or the episode or the thing that I adapted it from, whether it's a game or a movie or whatever, if you want to be able to save your favorites so that you can easily come back to them time and time again and keep your own personal how to drink cocktail guide in your pocket, use the link in the pin comment below or up here in the corner. Swing by my Patreon or at htdapp.com. Sign up and start using the app. I built it myself. It is a little bit of a railroad being built as the train is going down the tracks, so you will find bugs and you will find some issues. But rest assured, I am working on it with Meredith all the time to improve the data set and to add new features and clean up the UI and all of that. And it's my first coding project, so I'm a little bit proud of it. There's all of that and more on my Patreon. You're going to get access to our private Discord server. There's a whole community in there talking about all kinds of things, whether it's recipes or drinks or just like life and the news and whatever. I'm in there bouncing ideas for episodes off of you guys, and there will be behind the scenes updates and special looks at what's coming up on the show. There's extra drinks, extra cocktails, things that I shoot just for Patreon. If you love the show and you want to see it continue to grow and continue to exist, do both of us a favor. Check out the link in the pin comment below or up here in the corner, or go to htdapp.com, whatever suits you. Take a look at the Patreon, see if there's anything there of interest to you. And to all of you, thank you so much for supporting this show and making it possible. Truly, it could not exist without you and your support. So thank you. It's a humbling thing. All right, next nog, we got the Evan Williams Peppermint White Chocolate Egg Nog. Evan Williams Peppermint White Chocolate Egg Nog. In a previous Egg Nog video that I did, some people said, Greg, you're not shaking up the bottles. You're not doing this, yada, yada. It's called editing. We can assume that I am serving these as the bottle tells me to. If it says to shake it, I'm shaking it. Even if it doesn't say to shake it, I'm shaking it. I'm shaking it up. I'm stirring it. These are chilled. They're served as they're dictated, okay? So chill on that. If you don't see me doing it, it's because it made for boring content. Probably should give you guys proof counts on these. This one is 15%, 30 proof. Glug, glug. Very thick nog. Oh, wow. It's very chocolatey. Yeah. Ugh. Tastes a little bit like a swimming pool. Ugh. And fresh cut grass notes. It's an attempt to get the white chocolate and peppermint flavors to happen in here. As a result, it doesn't taste even remotely like an eggnog. It tastes like a chocolate peppermint cream liqueur. I gotta say, this is not the nog for you, unless that's what you want, in which case there's probably something else you can do. I mean, like, I don't have it on set, but I know like Rumchata puts out a peppermint chocolate thing. I think I'd probably go with that over this. It's not fumey. It has like a very, not a pleasant aftertaste that is really lingering. I'm not sure I can put my fingers on it. It tastes like somebody was trying to approximate bourbon. Like somebody was, and it does, you know, natural flavors, right? It tastes like somebody was like, that bourbon doesn't taste like bourbon enough. That was the cheap stuff. Put some blah, blah in there to bourbon it up. It tastes like fake bourbon. I can't explain it. Sorry, Evan Williams. It's probably not your best effort. But yeah, I don't know. It's overwhelmingly chocolate and then a little bit peppermint. I think you could do better in the bottles even. Forget making it yourself. Honestly, I might like the Buzzballz better. Wow. Never thought I'd say that. Ever. Up next, it's Old Santy, which I love the name of. It reminds me of Santa Liqueur from a credit spit on Upright Citizens Brigade in the 90s, the TV show. 12.5% ABV, eggnog with rum, bourbon, and brandy. Why not do all three? Here we go. Old Santy. Santa Liqueur. Zip it. A little taste. A little nip of Old Santy there. It tastes like cinnamon cream. It's cinnamon, largely cinnamon and cream. It doesn't taste like eggnog. Oh man. I mean, it's got a little heat on it despite only being 15%. Yeah, 12.5%. I feel like I'm getting some potent brandy notes in there. This is like really kind of getting in there. But that could just be something about the cinnamon. I mean, it really just tastes like cinnamon. It's just cinnamon and cream and sugar. I don't really get much else from this at all. Not a good nog. We're gonna find them. I'm sure we're gonna find a good pre-bottled eggnog. So far, it's 2 swings, and I hit, I guess, but only because I think my expectations for the Buzzballz was so low. Just, you couldn't, below the floor. So I just got back from a road trip, and guess what? I found this AeroPress Go Plus waiting for me when I got home, because they're a sponsor now, and thank you, AeroPress. But I wish like hell I'd had this thing before I went on that trip, because frankly, the coffee on the road is never any good, and the AeroPress Go Plus is the ideal travel coffee brewing system. It was literally designed to solve my bad coffee problem. One of my favorite things about it is that it comes with this thermal coffee tumbler to keep your coffee hot and to drink it out of, and it stores its whole kit and caboodle right inside of it for when you're between brews, which I think is pretty damn handy. If you've never used an AeroPress before, you might wonder, well, what kind of coffee brewer is it? And the truth is, AeroPress is kind of its own thing. It's part French press, part pour over, part espresso, and it makes damn fine coffee, like the coffee I'm gonna make right now. Take this little filter basket guy here, put one of the paper filters in there, take a scoop of coffee, medium grind, pour in boiling water right up to the number 4, put the plunger up top there, but just a little, and that'll stop the coffee from dripping through because of the vacuum effect. Wait 30 seconds, and then press. Delicious hot coffee. And AeroPress has got an incredible offer on the Go Plus right now, so you go to aeropress.com/HTD, use promo code HTD to save 20% off of your order. aeropress.com/HTD, gotta use that HTD code at checkout, you're gonna get your 20% off. Say goodbye to the crap coffee. Say yes to better adventures fueled by better coffee. Thank you, AeroPress, for sponsoring this show. And now back to that show while I enjoy this cup of coffee. Up next, it's Winterhaven Farms Egg Nog, home style, it says. I love the packaging and the label here. It's very white Christmas, very 1950s, very postcard or Christmas card, whatever. Made with a fine selection of rum, brandy, and American blended whiskey. Crammed full of goodness, it says. I love that kind of label info. What booziness are we? What level of alcoholitude are you at here? Please, 14 3/4, 14.75% ABV. Pour it into a glass. And you might be noticing that the glassware in this episode is beautiful, and that's because it is all provided by Viski. Viski is the official glassware provider of How to Drink. If you need glasses for your home bar, and you're watching this show, so you do, and if you need glassware or barware or anything for a friend, for a gift, whatever you need, go to Viski.com or use the link in the pinned comment below or up here in the corner. Use code How to Drink at checkout. You're going to get 15% off your entire order. Thank you, Viski, for sponsoring the show. And now on with the Winterhaven Farms Nog. Whoa, wait a minute. What is... All right, hold on. Now hang on. It's not cinnamon. It's not chocolate. A lot of vanilla. A lot of maple notes. Big time maple syrup notes. I was like, cinnamon, you know what it was? I was thinking of like, there's some kind of like a breakfast cereal that I remember that looked like French toast or whatever, and it had like maple flavoring, I think. It tastes like that cereal because you get the creamy milk thing and you get that like French toast, vanilla, maple syrup kind of thing. It tastes like French toast. It's kind of weird. I can't say it's not an eggnog because it says it's an eggnog, you know. If there's not a no true Scotsman fallacy here. If it says it's nog, it's nog. But I have a hard time saying it tastes like a familiar eggnog. It doesn't taste bad, but it is vanilla and maple heavy, which you might be after, you might not be. The idea of using maple syrup in an eggnog, now that's going now into my eggnog episode because I kind of like the idea. I kind of like this one the best so far. It's kind of interesting because it's its own spin on nog, and it tastes pretty good. It tastes pretty good. It was defying expectations. I didn't see where it was coming from when I tasted it, so I was like, wait a minute, what the heck? But I kind of like it, actually. Texturally, taste-wise, all of that's pretty cool. The only problem with it is that it defies expectations. If you bring this as a bottled eggnog to a party or whatever, say, I got the eggnog, people might taste it and say, that's kind of weird. That's not what eggnog tastes like. But if you allow a little leeway and a little experimentation, I think that you will enjoy it. Up next, we got Yule Nog. It's made with Fireball. I think there's another Yule Nog down here in my box that's not made with Fireball, something else. So, I mean, it's a holiday nog with a cinnamon kick. That's what it says. It's 33 proof, with an exclamation point like, woo! 33 proof, baby! It's, what is that, 16.5% alcohol, I guess? Okay, whatever. Blub, blub, blub. Got a little bit of a browner color than some of these other ones. It tastes like cinnamon broom cinnamon. Like, it's the taste of walking into a Cracker Barrel, which I relate to because I just got off of a road trip down 95. Yep, I think that's even, I can finish it right there. Yule Nog Fireball, the taste of Cracker Barrel. Oh, it hit my tooth. Son of a gun. I hate that. And I have an American dental insurance plan, which means I don't. Not good Nog. A cinnamon cream liqueur, the taste of Cracker Barrel, but not a good Nog. Here's a weird one for you. Scatterbrain Peanut Butter Holiday Nog. It's got an elephant on there with antlers. It's been checked twice. It's nutty and nice. 50% ABV whiskey with natural flavors. Kind of thin. Real thin by comparison to all of our other Nogs. This one is downright watery by comparison. Why would you want that? Why would you want that? Who hurt you? That is so weird. No one on earth was asking for a peanut butter eggnog. I'm like trying to shift gears in my brain away from eggnog and just be like, but it's just really a peanut butter cream liqueur so that I can judge it on its own merit. I don't know if I can get there. I don't know if I can get my brain all the way over there. A little bit chocolatey. It has a really weird mouthfeel because it's not nearly as thick as the other ones, but it's like somehow slipperier, butterier. I can't explain that. Oilier maybe, it's slicker. And it has like a peanut butter flavor that goes right through it. And it's sweet and it's creamy. I mean, they don't call it an eggnog, they call it a holiday nog, so do with that what you will, but definitely not gonna be a one-to-one eggnog for your holiday party. Hopefully, I mean, man, we're getting thin down here in the old basement. I don't know if we're gonna have one that's good yet. All right, this one's weird again. Yule Nog, once again, premium holiday nog, but this one's made with Southern Comfort. Don't they make their own eggnog? I don't even understand like this. What is up with Yule Nog? I wonder if it's just like what Brown-Forman or whoever it is, Sazerac is doing for Nogs with all of their brands, so that they get this and the Fireball version, and they don't actually give Fireball and Southern Comfort their own eggnog brands this year? Maybe. All right, here we go. Yule Nog, Southern Comfort style. And we all know how much I love Southern Comfort. That is to say that I do not. I mean, it tastes like Southern Comfort that's been highly sweetened with some cinnamon notes. Mild. A lot of peach notes. Not a lot of peach notes. Recognizable peach notes, I think, if you know to look for them. Pretty strongly peach on the finish here. Creamy. Not an offensive set of flavors at all. Just kind of weird. It's not a nog I want, but like it's also hard to say, well, that's terrible. That might be more right than wrong. Honestly, it is a weirdly fruity nog. You're getting a lot of peach, and the peach is also sometimes tasting like orange. So it has like a lot of fruit notes in it that you might not expect in a nog. I always do my eggnog with orange rind, like zested orange. So to me, it's not entirely out of character, but it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit. I confess, this one might not be a nog. It's Granny's gingerbread cream, so we'll judge it accordingly. My old Granny. I feel like there should be like a commercial. Granny's gingerbread cream. One thing about my Granny was that she loved booze. She loved cheap booze mixed with cream and sugar. Here we go, 12.5% ABV. It's kind of delightful, actually. It tastes like a gingerbread cookie. It tastes like a gingerbread cookie. It tastes like a gingerbread cookie soaked in cream. You know what? It reminds me of like a gingerbread version of tiramisu. Honestly, not too bad. If you offered this at your holiday party as opposed to eggnog, I don't even think I'd be upset. It's tasty. Yeah, it's tasty as hell. You can't call it eggnog, but it's damn tasty. Can you do anything with this in a cocktail though? Yeah, I mean, you could do like, sure, you could do like a gingerbread teeny. Do like 1 ounce of this, 2 ounces of vodka, grate some chocolate over the top of that. Well, stir it, put it in a glass, grate a little chocolate on it. Maybe stick a candy cane in there, a little drop of whipped cream. Bonus if you get the alcoholic whipped cream that they sell at the liquor store. Bada bing! You got Granny's gingerbread teeny. I came up with this drink when at one holiday party I said, I want a beverage that'll fuck me up and wake me up. And so I came up with Granny's Gingerbread Cream Martini. Okay. One more eggnog. Here we go. Chateau St. Nicholas, the original cow wreck double espresso coffee cream nog. Again, this one might not really be a nog, but it is something. It's got a Santa on it. What the fuck? Ah! That is awful. Oh my God. What the? Oh, shame on you. Why? Good Lord, that is bad. That is horrifically bad. Whoa. It's so bad. I'm sorry. Yeah. It doesn't taste like espresso. It doesn't taste like coffee. It tastes like some kind of a car fire. There's a strong metallic taste in there. It tastes like poison, like arsenic or something, I assume. Oh my God, that is so bad. Holy shit. That's really bad. Metallic, like powerfully metallic. Like I'm kind of uncomfortable having to drink more of this. It tastes like there might have been some contamination maybe at the old Chateau St. Nicholas factory. Don't drink this. Wow. Yeah, that tastes like poison. I'm sorry, that's really fucking bad. There's always, you get these little gems, you know, you never expect them. God damn, that's terrible. 13.9% ABV. Other than standard orange wine with natural flavors and caramel color, it has a bitterness to it. I'm gonna see if I can identify it, like angelica. Like angelica root or something. Like, what in the hell is that doing in there? It's atrocious. It's a travesty. No wonder they call it cow wreck. Oh, God. Why? It's the bitter and creamy do not go together. Whoa. Holy shit. Why? This seems like a prank. Is that what goes on at cow wreck? You're like, whoever's blending your flavors is like, yeah, this will trick him. What in the hell? Why? How did this pass? Oh my God. Wow, that's terrible. Holy shit. All right, I mentioned that Rumchata makes a peppermint bark cream liqueur. And I still had a bottle from last year's episode about this kind of stuff. Let me just put this into this episode since it became relevant when I mentioned it. That is better. That if you want a peppermint chocolate liqueur for the holidays, get theirs. That is way better than whatever that other one was. Text on screen, describe. It occurred to me that since I did the Evan Williams like white chocolate peppermint eggnog, or white chocolate eggnog, I should probably do their standard one too. And I still have this from last year. So I did it in last year's eggnog review. I'm gonna do it again right now just to have it here, compare it, so we can compare it to this white chocolate or chocolate Evan Williams. I figured people would be upset if I didn't get that in there as well, because I know that's a favorite for a lot of people, the Evan Williams one. I mean, it's not bad. Honestly, compared to the lineup here, it is probably the most down the middle eggnog of the bunch. It tastes more or less, this is as close to a homemade eggnog I think as you're gonna get. Pretty boozy too. You can really taste the bourbon in there even though it's only 30 proof. It's got a little of that going on. It's creamy. It's got nutmeg and kind of cinnamon eggnoggy flavors. It's good. It's not too bad. I think that's what you're going for in a bottled eggnog. You know, one that's not, if you're not going for something that's like inventive and putting a new spin on eggnog. Now on to Coquito. In picking up all of these eggnogs at the store, 2 of the bottles on that end cap were Coquito, and I thought, well, I only have 2, so I can't do a whole episode on Coquito. I have done an episode on making Coquito several different ways. I'll put a link down there and up here in the corner. Please check it out. For right now, though, let's review the 2 Coquitos that were in this mix as if they were eggnogs, you know, in the spirit of. And the first one is Largo Bay Coconut Cream Liqueur Caribbean drink from Puerto Rico, made with rum. I've never heard of Largo Bay. It's a rum brand to begin with, so maybe I should pick up some of that first, but here we go, Largo Bay. It's a coconut cream liqueur. It's not terribly far off from Malibu. You know, a little less one note. There's a little bit more esters. I mean, there's like just a little bit more going on in there. 13% ABV. There's some spiciness to it. Spices, yeah, that's what it is. You know what it reminds me of is horchata. It has some cinnamon, it has some like nutmeg notes probably. It has a lot of coconut. It has like a creaminess that's almost dry though, that I actually kind of like the texture of. There's some toasted coconut vibes happening in there. I actually kind of like this. It's very sweet. I can't really draw too much comparison to homemade Coquito because the only homemade Coquito I've ever had is the one that I made, and that was a year ago. But I don't hate it. I think it's okay. Honestly, I would probably prefer this to a lot of these other I would prefer this to a lot of the other eggnogs that I tested in this year's lineup of eggnogs. I have one more Coquito to try. Bacardi makes a Coquito coconut cream liqueur, Picardo. Puerto Rican rum, coconut, and real cream. Simply served chilled. Well, it is chilled. It is 13.5% ABV. There's like an opalescent color to that I don't like. Try to put that aside. Bacardi's Coquito. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Hell no. What the? That's like gasoline. How the hell do you do that, Bacardi? Jesus. No, the other one's way better. Give me that Largo Bay Coquito. That is nasty. That is like drinking gasoline, but in a glue form, so it'll stick to the insides of your mouth. That's a pass. That's a bad one. Thumbs down. No way. All right, well, that is it for this year's edition of Store-Bought Eggnog Review. Hopefully these are useful to you in your holiday planning times, and you are steered away from the bad nogs toward the good nogs. Until then, happy holidays, and I will see you next time on another episode of HTD.